Good morning, boys and girls. Happy Thursday and welcome to day 4 of Math on YouTube. I first want to get started by talking about your assignment you're supposed to do at home, which was taking the temperature of people of your own and then the people at your house. My temperature this morning was 98.1. What was yours? Please let Miss Sweeter know. Next, we're going to get on to the math that we're going to do today, which is division. Our first problem that we're going to do is 78 divided by 5. I also have a whiteboard and a marker today, which makes this way easier. So the first two numbers that we're going to divide are 5 and 7. How many times can 5 go into 7? Is one time. Then we do 1 times 5, which is 5. We subtract 7 minus 5, which is 2. Next, we bring down our 8. Now, we're going to ask ourselves, how many times can 5 go into 28? 5 can go into 28 5 times. 5 times 5 is 25. We subtract, and we get 3. The next thing we have to ask ourselves is there anything else that we can bring down? If not, then it is our remainder. Remember, one way we can know if our remainder is correct is if it is smaller than the number we are dividing by. Because 3 is smaller than 5, I know that I did it correct. Our next problem is 64 divided by 3. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to see how many times 3 can go into 6. 3 can go into 6 2 times. 2 times 3 is 6. 6 minus 6 is 0. I bring down the 4. Now I ask myself, how many times can 3 go into 4? 3 can go into 4 one time. 1 times 3 is 3. Now I subtract. 4 minus 3 is 1. If I have nothing else to bring down, then that is my remainder. So my answer is 21, remainder 1. Your next division problem is 98 divided by 8. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to see how many times the 8 can go into 9. 8 can go into 9 one time. 1 times 8 is 8. Next, we're going to subtract those two numbers. 9 minus 8 is 1. Next, we bring down our 8. We have 18. How many times can 8 go into 18? That is 2 times. 2 times 8 is 16. (18) minus 16 is 2. Because we have nothing else to bring down and 2 is smaller than the number we're dividing by, our answer is 12, remainder 2. For the last two problems, I decided to make them a little bit more challenging. If they're too challenging for you, still try to do them with me and then work out 2 on your own. So the next one we're going to do is 381 divided by 6. This is where many of us get caught. Some of us get caught because we try to divide 6 into 3, but we can't because 3 is too small. So we must look at it as 38. So how many times can 6 go into 38? Well, I know if I count by 6, I have 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36. So 6 times. 6 times 6, I just said was 36. And I subtract. 38 minus 36 gives me 2, and I must bring down the 1. Now I have 21. How many times can 6 go into 21? Well, let's count by 6's. 6, 12, 18. I can't get any closer, so I know my answer is 3. 3 times 6 is 18. I subtract, and that gives me 3. Once again, it's smaller than the number I'm dividing by, so I know that my answer is 63, remainder 3. And your final one is 157 divided by 2. Once again, we look at just the first number. 2 can't go into 1. It's too big. So we must look at it like 15. So I know that 2 can go into 15 7 times. 7 times 2 is 14. Then I subtract and I get 1, and then I must bring down my 7. How many times can 2 go into 17? Would be 8. 8 times 2 is 16. Subtract, and I get a remainder of 1, which is smaller than the number I'm dividing by, so I know it should be right. So your final answer should be 78, remainder 1. How did you do? I would love to hear from you, and I know Miss Sweet would too, so please let us know on Google or Google Classroom or Gmail or Class Dojo, and I can't wait to work with you tomorrow. Bye.